In the first part of our series, Local Heroes, Professor Stephen Griggs explained how devolution and the impact of financial changes is reinvigorating the role of municipal authorities as place shapers. In part 2 of Local Heroes, we look at how municipal entrepreneurialism has become an opportunity to enhance services. Here's John Briggs again.
Municipal entrepreneurialism, one of those meaningless bureaucratic titles, or is it the panacea to the shortfall in local government funding? Professor Stephen Griggs says it's more than just the commercialisation of services.
I would see it as a much broader strategy of stewardship, of ensuring social justice across communities and broadly intervening in markets and taking the lead in certain markets where there's market failure.
Liverpool City Council is no stranger to taking the lead. This capital of culture with a destination waterfront is proof positive of how far the city has come.
People come to Liverpool, and when they come to Liverpool they say, this is one of the most beautiful cities we've been to, the friendliest people we've ever met. I personally think it's the coolest city in the country.
And it's all very well being a cool city, but you've got to be a city that can afford to be cool. So how do you make up the shortfall? How inventive do you have to be? You're absolutely right, and if you look at the council tax base that we have, our council tax bands APSE are one of the lowest in the country, so the amount of money that we get coming in, if we put a 1% increase up, we get around about £1 million. We are a really imaginative city. An example of that would be, we bought the Cunard building, stunningly beautiful building that was almost 2/3 empty. It's now 3/4 full. It's now generating income for the city. It's worth almost 1/3 more than what it was that we bought it for. So if you look at the cruise liner, another day, another cruise liner into Liverpool. We made a decision that we wanted to be a destination city. When a cruise liner comes in, it brings around about £1 million to the local economy. It means more people are coming in, it means more jobs are being created.
And the visitors don't just flock to the dockside either.
Libraries were cited as the services that were originally most at risk when local government looked at cutting services. But Liverpool not only improved the traditional, they built a whole new state-of-the-art facility right alongside it.
Since Liverpool won the bid and became European Capital of Culture in 2008, I think the city got its confidence back through actually being able to portray what a fantastic city this is. We've seen a growth in tourism. This library itself is in the top 3 of tourist attractions within Liverpool. It shows that we're committed to improving facilities for our communities as a whole, and obviously people being able to express themselves, be that through books, through exhibitions in this library, or through our work with our mental health partners, has really had a benefit for the city as a whole.
Liverpool Football Club. Anfield's been the scene of some pretty big successes for this city, but it's not just the football fans around here who are winning. The council's housing department has kicked off something special too.
Right, like most cities, we've got a problem with empty properties. And one of our housing strategies is to bring those empty properties back into use. But one of our more innovative ideas is Homes for £1. And under that scheme, we take properties that are in a pretty bad state, pretty well derelict properties that we own, and we offer them to residents. You've got to be a Liverpool City resident for £1. You've got to commit to live there for 5 years. You've got to have the funds to bring the house up to an acceptable standard. You've got to be determined. You've got to be a pretty strong kind of person, really, to take it on. And we've been inundated with requests for those homes for £1.
There are those people who turn around and said, though, it's a bit of a PR puff. It's a publicity stunt. But it was more than that, wasn't it?
It is, but it is also a PR puff because it gets people interested in empty homes. So we don't mind that, that there's a lot of people talking about it.
So Liverpool is thriving. And it may be over 50 years since Merseyside's favourite Four Sons played live in the city. But there is a distinct belief that however rough the waters get, we can work it out.
We are just in the process of setting our next 3-year budget for the city, and we recognise this is going to be a really difficult task for everybody involved. We'll do it through all different ways. We'll be holding meetings within our local communities. We've developed an app so that people can work out budgets for themselves and see what difference it can make. But that's a really difficult one for us all, and it's going to be very tough, but we will get through it, and the city will continue to grow and flourish.